Bienvenida, querida comunidad, a una nueva cápsula que de Multiverso Media. Hoy se cuenta con nosotros Débora, obviamente.
Grande Deb.
Y porque ella es la protagonista de esta cápsula de alguna manera.
Absolutamente.
De alguna manera.
De alguna manera.
De alguna manera.
De todas maneras. De todas maneras. Bueno, a ver.
A ver, ya, para no ir tan aquí de lleno, bueno, va a estar en el título, pero romanticémoslo un poco.
Ya,
Si
me
yo les
gusta.
digo omelette du fromage, ¿en qué piensan?
Laboratorio de Dexter.
Didi. Bueno, yo me acuerdo más de ella, pero ya, ok.
¿Te acuerdas más de Didi que de Dexter?
Me gusta.
Me gustaba Cerebro
Sí.
a mí.
A mí me
como el
gustaba
malo.
la canción. ¿Qué tal, hermano? ¿Qué es lo que traes ahí?
Grande.
Bueno, y si hablamos del laboratorio de Dexter, evidentemente hablamos de...
Genndy TARTAKOVSKY.
Genndy.
Espera.
Samurai Jack
Y
también.
si hablamos de Clone Wars.
Toma.
¡Total!
El Samurai Jack. No, Samurai Jack, ¿no?
Sí, señor.
También.
Samurai Jack.
No,
Muy
sí,
buena.
Genndy tiene joyitas.
Sí.
Y como una buena joya, tiene Primal.
Sí, en
Que
Que es de sus
Muy
obras
buena.
maestras. sí.
Es de sus obras maestras y está con nuevo estreno. Tercera temporada.
¿Ah, en serio?
Tercera
Buena.
temporada el 11 de enero por HBO. ¿Y saben qué? Estuvimos conversando un ratito.
¿Ya? ¿Y cómo?
Sí.
¿Cómo tú me conversas un ratito?
Un ratito,
¿Quieres que
nos
lo-
conectamos un Zoom.
Genndy, ¿te puedo entrevistar?
Sí, tal cual.
Mish,
Sí,
qué
así,
buena.
Muy de tú a tú. La verdad es que muy simpático.
¿Simpático?
Muy buena onda, sí.
¿Te gustó Primal?
Me gustó caleta.
Sí, es
Sí,
buena.
no poco.
Es súper buena.
Caleta.
Sí.
Caleta. De hecho,
Es atípica, además.
Es atípica.
Parte como algo que tú decís, ¡ay, qué difícil va a ser enganchar con esto! Y de repente ya hay 4 capítulos.
No, pero eso no existe porque lo hace así como el cine mudo. Porque
Por eso te digo, sí, pues,
puro foley
es un
nomás.
lenguaje que para un niño, yo pensaba, si yo tuviera 10 años, 9 años, puta, no sé si a lo mejor me costaría.
Sí, es como de culto instantáneo. O sea.
de hecho, eso mismo estuvimos hablando, porque solo fueron 3 preguntas en las que tocamos un ratito de cómo había sido para él el proceso de trabajar con una serie sin diálogo, por qué escogió la historia que escogió y qué es lo que se viene.
Maravilloso.
¿Y qué te pareció lo que te dijo?
Me gustó porque aparte yo sentí que le estaba haciendo como, hay cachado estas preguntas que tú decís, puta, te voy a preguntar esto por 15.000ª vez.
Claro.
Y él ya responde como automático. Y le dije carepalo, pero no, él respondió súper bien. Porque yo encontré que teníamos que tener esa respuesta acá. No importa que la vayan a encontrar en otros
Maravilloso.
canales, la necesitábamos aquí.
Exacto.
Excelente. Bueno, un lujo, pues, maestra. Qué bueno que comparte este tremendo material exclusivo con nosotros. Y aquí viene entonces la entrevista de Nuestra Deb al gran Genndy, maestro.
A ver.
Nomás, nomás, a ver.
Vamos a verla. Hi, Genndy. My name is Deborah Bible.
And I should have warned you, my English is pretty bad because I'm basically learning from friends. So if you can understand me now, I'm already very happy.
This might be the best interview.
A lot of people probably ask you this, but I'm an actress and I just have to ask you directly. Primal is an intense and very emotional series and has no dialogue, but it communicates so much. What was the hardest part of creating a series that depends entirely on visual storytelling for 3 seasons now?
It was really, I think, the biggest challenge was in the beginning, where I was afraid that maybe people would be missing the dialogue, right? Because pretty much everything that we watch has people talking in it. So when we started to make the first episode, and I didn't have the music or sound effects, and not even the characters' voices, because we put in those later, it was like, oh, it's too quiet. I missed the dialogue, but then I'm like, well, wait, once we put the music in and the voices of the animals and Spear yelling and grunting, I hopefully won't feel that. And so once we started to finish the first episode, those fears went away, and then the next challenge that we faced were kind of like, well, we want to do some complex storytelling. We want to talk about loss and emotion and all these more complex things. And are the people, are they paying attention? Right? Or are they going to be on their phones? And right? And are we doing a good job enough that they're engaged and they understand what we're doing with the more complex storylines? And it was, it was a concern, but once we started making more episodes, we liked it. And instinctively, I saw that it was good and it made sense to me.
Okay.
And then the audience started to react, and so I think those were the biggest challenges. And then from then on, we start pushing further. And when you're making usually sometimes an adult show, you can be a little bit more gray. You know what I mean? You don't need to spell everything out so much.
Yeah.
Because as the audience is watching, they're filling in the gaps themselves. You know, and that became really interesting because now it felt more sophisticated and you can talk about it and fill in what it means to you, really.
You once said, nobody cares about fluid or smooth. You want great acting, good jokes, good stories, good characters. So I really want to know this. We're living in an era full of AI and technologies becoming more and more present in everything around us. I'm not talking about the tools, about we consume as content. What do you feel, or what was the impulse that made you say, let's create a series that goes back to the beginning. Let's tell the story of a caveman. What do you think is success in YouTube? Because a lot of people, myself included, are waiting for the third season very much.
I think it's a point of view. You know, I think I've always been drawn to the art that isn't like photorealistic. You know, like I'm impressed by it. I'm impressed by a realistic painting. I can't do it very well, but I see the skill in it. But for me, I'm much more impressed with like a Picasso. You know, like how did he come up to do that so simply? You know, and that originality, that human point of view is what always drew me. You know, even in cartoons, like I loved like the stylized UPA cartoons so much, or you know, or Take Savory, or things that are cartoony, because then you have a cartoonist, an artist drawing a dog the way they would draw it, rather than just real life, you know, and that's what I was drawn to. So that's where I keep going. So it's that human interpretation, the human caricature of real life, whether it's acting or a drawing or a background or the color of the sky. You know, all those things are very interpretive, and it's impressionistic almost, you know, not to be too artistic about it, but that's what's incredible, you know. And we always have a rule: no green grass and blue sky, you know, because you could just look out the window and see that. But we want to give you something special. How does the mood of the scene reflect on the background? You know, and that elevates the art of it to a feeling of something.
I'm hoping that with this question, we can end with an invitation from you to watch season 3. In Primal, we saw zombie dinosaurs. We even saw hail. What should we expect from this third season? Because I saw the trailer and I saw the supernatural path between life and death, new adventures for Spear and Miro's daughter, but I don't know. Very exciting.
Spear coming back as a zombie. What does that mean to him? What does that mean to the world? And it creates a big question, right? And what's exciting, I think, for the audience will be, all right, we've known this guy for 20 episodes and he suffered so much. And now maybe he found peace in death, but no, somehow we see that he's awakened again. And who is he? Is he the spirit that we know, or is he different? Or is he just really a zombie? And I hope for the audience to have this new journey with Spear, you know, and I hope that everybody really watches the third season, because it's something so different, but it still has the foundation of Primal.
I heard the people say that, let him rest.
Not yet. No, there's more.
Okay, Genndy, I appreciate for your time. I grow up with your work and now I'm getting old with your work. So thank you so much. It's truly wonderful.
Thank you. And your English is great, so don't worry about it.
Thank you. I passed.